Leaders of 8 African states, including President Jacob Zuma, meet in the capital Benin to review electoral procedures for the election of the AU Commission chairperson in June. And ANC Youth League Deputy President Ronald Lamola says they are considering withdrawing their appeal processes to the National Disciplinary Committee. I'm Richard Brooks. Leaders of 8 African states, including President Jacob Zuma, meet today in the capital Benin to review electoral procedures for the election of the African Union Commission chairperson in June this year. Zuma is part of a special AU committee of 8 heads of state and government tasked with preparing for the poll. Tulis Sizwe Similani has more.
The election of the AU Commission chairperson was deferred in January this year to the Pan-African body's next meeting scheduled for mid-year in Malawi. This following a hotly contested race for the position of chairperson between South African candidate Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma and Gabonese incumbent Jean Ping. Shortly after touching down in Cotonou just before midnight, President Zuma told journalists he's optimistic about the work of the Committee of 8, reiterating that he believes in African solutions for African problems.
ANC Youth League Deputy President Ronald Lamola says they are considering withdrawing their appeal processes to the National Disciplinary Committee. This after ANC President Jacob Zuma said yesterday they must move on and elect a new leadership. Zuma said the ANC Youth League should move on after the disciplinary process is completed and elect a new president in place of Julius Malema. Lamola spoke on the sidelines of the Youth League meeting in Khayelitsha last night, saying it looks like Jacob Zuma is aware of the outcome even before the committee sits.
We are shocked because at this stage no one knows what will be the outcome of the NDCA, and the comments of the president reflects that he is aware of that the NDCA is going to confirm the NDC process. So we are going to consult the leadership of the ANC and the structures of the Youth League if really is it necessary for us to continue with the NDCA process, because it looks like it has been concluded. So there might be no need for the Youth League to continue with that.
The South African National AIDS Council, SANAC, says the government's HIV prevention programs will now focus on girls and young women to minimize the high rate of new HIV infections. SANAC's Deputy Chair Mark Hayward says they are implementing the new National Strategic Plan of HIV and TB launched on World AIDS Day last year.
The Minister in today's meeting has put a lot of emphasis on how do we have much stronger programs that reach young girls and women, and in particular how do we work with the Ministry's own plans around strengthening and introducing school health programs and ensure that school health programs include reproductive health, family planning, issues around HIV prevention and HIV testing.
The Independent Complaints Directorate will be strengthened and renamed. The Police Ministry says the unit will be known as the Independent Police Investigative Directorate from the 1st of April. Ministry spokesperson Zweli Manisi says the emphasis is on developing a strong investigative capacity. The unit will have more legislative powers to investigate corruption and human rights abuses within the police. Police Minister Natim Tetwa says police need to move beyond arrests through improved training to secure convictions.